And we're live just like that. Hello, my name is Sandra, and welcome to my channel From Lack to Legacy. Lack? From Lack to Legacy. On this channel, we're all things money, investing, and mindset. In particular, how to go from a scarcity mindset to a mindset of abundance. If this sounds like something that you, oh, wait. We don't just talk about money. Sometimes we talk about a little travel, a little expat life, live abroad lifestyle, all that stuff. If you've been here before, you already know. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please like, subscribe, and share the channel. Share the channel with someone who might be interested in moving abroad. Many times I'm talking about finance, investing, trading, all of that stuff. But today we're going to focus on Kuala Lumpur, which is where I am now based. Hey, Rita. Hey, Dee. Hey, y'all. Today we're going to be talking about three things I absolutely love about Kuala Lumpur and three things that I really don't like about Kuala Lumpur. So let me just greet everybody in the chat. Hey, and y'all know, look, I got my contacts on today, but that don't mean nothing. And so please don't let me butcher your name. Hey, D. I'm going to try and put them up. Hey, D. Hey, Rita. And I'm not sure what this says. But hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, Kim. Hey, girl. I know you. I know your screen name. Hey, Miss Jennings. How you doing? You looking fabulous in your hat, girl. That picture is everything. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Today, you all already know. I'm gonna tell you exactly like it is. My friend Kim was here. My travel sister Kim was here not long ago, and we went to Batu Caves, which was fabulous. She and I travel alike. We were like, girl, let's get in here and get this done. I swear to goodness, I don't think we were there 3 hours. We weren't. We didn't even get a good sweat on. We did those stairs and got the heck up out of there. If you haven't been to Kuala Lumpur, Batu Caves, you've seen the picture before. It's just under 300 stairs, and they're beautifully colored. There's this green, I'm sorry, a big golden statue at the base of the stairs. And so Kim and I did that, baby. We went up there, took them pictures, spun around, came back down, got back in a taxi. We was home before noon. I was like, yup, that's introvert to introvert. You travel like I travel, so we ain't trying to do too much. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Dee. And honey, let me tell y'all already know it is not a stream without our moderator extraordinaire. Meryl Love is in the house. Hey, Meryl Love. Hey, girl. Hey. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. Let's just get into it. There are 19 people in that are watching, 23 people. Hey, y'all. Please don't forget, like, subscribe, share the channel. We ain't doing nothing over here but having fun talking about travel. Today we're talking about, y'all know I've been in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And first of all, let me say this. Thank you to everybody who checked on me. Yeah, that just warms my heart. Because sometimes I wouldn't say that it's lonely because there's always somebody out here with you traveling. There's always a travel sister seriously in the same city with me. I rarely am in a city where there isn't another travel sister. But it is nice to know that folks on the mainland are following, and if they don't hear from you or see you in a few days, they will check on you. So, if you haven't heard, there was a earthquake that struck Myanmar or Burma, which is just north of Thailand. And so the people in Chiang Mai and Bangkok, Thailand, were also affected because of the earthquake. Although the earthquake it wasn't centered in Thailand, they felt the effect of it. It was a 7.7 earthquake that struck in Myanmar, which is just north of Thailand. I believe they share a border. And so people that I personally know, they felt it, but I don't know anyone that was harmed or displaced. And for that, I am eternally grateful that none of my people were affected, none of my family and friends. And my heart goes out to all of those that were affected. And you are in my prayers because that had to be a scary thing. There are lots of high rises in Bangkok, Chiang Mai, not so much, but still, anytime the earth shakes, honey, I just couldn't even imagine. I know I would have been panicked, and I know my children would have been very concerned. So, for everybody that reached out, thank you. I love y'all for that. I really do love this community because we keep up with each other. Hey, Lindsay, how you doing? Well, before you go, hey, I believe that's Allison. Hey, big up yourself. It's my sister Winsome. Y'all better get over there and check out her awesome content. Wisdom is going to teach you how to live better, baby. She's going to teach you how to vibe higher and be your truest, authentic self and be comfortable with your truest, authentic self and live in all your purpose and glory. Get over there and check her out. I'm telling you. Go now. We're okay. It's okay. Hey, traveling light. Hey. And this is my sister Latanya. You want to talk about, y'all ever meet somebody and you just go, Latanya and I met on the road in Mexico. And I tell you, giggles, cackles. It's kind of like, you ever have the sister where you know you shouldn't sit next to her in church or at a funeral or a wedding because y'all just gonna look at each other and without saying anything, you will already know what the other person is talking about. That's how Latanya and I are. It's kind of like, I don't know. Every now and then you find sister friends where you just click like that, where you all are basically thinking with the same brain. That's me and her. Fast friends. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, 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 hey. All right, y'all. So here it is. Let me get in there. If anybody else comes into the chat, y'all say hi to each other. Y'all know how we do. Say hello. Greet one another. Do all of that stuff. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. All right. So I've been here for about 4 months now, and I love my apartment. Okay. And that's not even on the list of loves. It sort of kind of is. But I'll give you the first one. My biggest love, 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 love about Kuala Lumpur is that it is culturally diverse. There you have it. I should have asked y'all want to do the loves or the hates first? Because the hates are a little salacious. Ew. The hates, I'm getting into it because there are some things, no place is perfect. Okay. So Matthew says the three things we love. Okay. I'll go into the three things we love because there's so much to love. Hey, Katrina. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey. I didn't miss the class, did I? Oh, it's Katrina from Wednesday. Okay, okay, okay. Because you know, it's so many Katrinas. I got my other Katrina sister that's out here on the road with me, and I didn't messed up, y'all. I had it so set up so that I could watch my notes and my screen at the same time. But at any rate, hey Kimberly, hey girl, hey girl, hey. Okay, but the first love is cultural diversity, y'all. I am not kidding. After being in Japan, South Korea, Thailand. Yeah, those are pretty homogenous places. And by that, I mean when you're in Japan and you are not Japanese, you kind of know it. You kind of know it. I personally knew it because, I don't look like anybody there, even though, okay, 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 okay. But they know that you're an outsider and it is easy to feel other, you know, very people in Japan are very polite. Everybody in Southeast Asia, to me, mostly, is very polite. But in those homogenous countries where you don't see a lot of diversity, it's easy to feel isolated. It's easier to feel othered. And because, first of all, y'all know how to put on a little weight since I've been out here on the road eating up everything one tag down. People generally in Southeast Asia are smaller frame. And so I had the black girl thing working. I had the big girl thing working, and usually y'all know this is I put on my Caucasian lady hair from time to time. But when I'm traveling, I wear my Afro puff. I'm puffed up. So it ain't no missing me. And then when I put two puffs on, it's easy to feel other. But here in Kuala Lumpur, because everybody is here. I'm talking about, baby, you got all skin tones. Every, seriously, from the fairest to the bluest, most glorious, lugs, dark skin, black. I'm talking about everything in between. And so for me, it reminds me a little bit of Chicago because Chicago is very diverse. There's every ethnic neighborhood you could imagine in Chicago. And I feel like that here. There, of course, three main cultures or main ethnicities here. You will see the Malay people, they're Chinese and Indians. So those are the three, maybe the largest ethnic groups that you will see here. But when I tell you Bangladesh, people from Bangladesh, Africa, everybody, of course, Westerners, you'll have some people from the US, lots of expats. And so the cultural diversity here is just, it's kind of, I don't know. I can walk down the street and I don't feel like I stand out. I mean, of course, I got this little personality and all, but no, I don't. I can walk down the street and I can see me. I can see myself mirrored back to me, and there's something very comforting for me about that. Hey, peaceful existence. We just talked. Hey, girl. Hey. So yeah, the diversity, because along with the cultural diversity or the ethnic diversity, of course you have all of the cultural celebrations that come with that. I have celebrated since I've been here. Chinese New Year's, Christmas, um, Ramadan, you name it. Every ethnic holiday you could possibly imagine. So the Malay holidays, I think we are. I'll just name some of them, and forgive me because y'all know I can't pronounce these. But it's Hari Merdeka, Hari Raya. Raya is going on now or starting, and y'all forgive me. I've only been here 4 months, so please don't get in my comments talking about I know you're a little bit off in your pronoun. I know. But when I tell you they celebrate Malay holidays, they celebrate Chinese holidays. We just finished up Chinese New Year. That was a whole month. When I tell you they beat the drum all month, baby, dragons danced, colorful fireworks. There is always something going on in Kuala Lumpur, and so for me, that's pretty exciting. But they also celebrate Buddhist holidays as well, and so I'm trying to think, what was it? There's a Buddhist holiday that they celebrate in May. So it's almost like every month of the year there is something going on. And when I tell y'all people in Kuala Lumpur love fireworks, fireworks go off almost every night. But because I'm so high up, I don't really hear them. Like when I was in Mexico, I know I actually heard a real cannon. If you never heard a real cannon, it could be a little jarring, especially from somebody, somebody like me. You from the city, you hear a gunshot, everybody knows the rules. Let's hit the deck. We don't ask any questions. We don't look around. You hit the lights, turn the lights off, and you hit the deck. You stay down till it's clear. So to be here to be able to see it and not really hear it like that because Kuala Lumpur is so spread out. And from my vantage point, I can see. I can't even tell you how many different neighborhoods, and so I can see the fireworks without actually feeling the boom, boom, boom of it all. So that's been so I don't know. It's just been so invigorating to be around all those celebrations. Because when people are celebrating, they're doing food. It's always family and food. And here in Kuala Lumpur, because it is primarily a Muslim country, there isn't a lot of drinking. Get used to that one. It's not a lot of drinking going on. But there are beautiful bars and rooftops, and I've sampled and seen them all. But you have the party without the rowdy behavior, if that makes sense. Because St. Patrick's Day in Chicago, St. Patrick's Day in New York, I would imagine Boston. That's a rowdy drinking holiday, honey. Folks are getting lit and then their behavior follows suit. But that's not the case. It's joyful, there's food, their families, just color. If you and every mall puts on its own display. And when I tell you they put on a display, you ain't been to a mall till you've been to a mall in Southeast Asia. And so I'm telling y'all, please come. And people who have been here, please tell the truth. Y'all chime in the chat. Chime in. If you've been to Southeast Asia and if you've been to any of these malls, tell the people I'm not making it up. This is not hyperbole, honey. I'm telling y'all, each mall, there's every level of mall. Okay, and don't nobody come for me. I have a hood mall that I like. I call it the hood mall. Every time I say that, My friend Vi, she's like, girl, this is not a hood mall. It's a hood mall compared to some of these other malls. Because some of these malls, there's every high end store you can imagine. And so the higher end the store, the bigger and more glamorous and the more glorious their holiday displays are. So if you can imagine Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, the Christmas parade in a mall, like that little atrium part, baby, then you've been to Southeast Asia. It's in with somebody. See, thank you, Kim. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Hey, opportunity waits. You snuck in here without me saying hi. Lindsay says we love fireworks without the boom, boom, boom. I don't want to feel it. And I'm gonna tell you this too, because I in Chicago I had a dog, and on the 4th of July, because I lived in a predominantly black neighborhood, y'all know we love some fireworks. Black people like fireworks, point blank, period. But we're gonna do the M80s. We're gonna do the whole shebang. We're not gonna shoot them up. We're just not shooting up. We're shooting everywhere, and they shoot. And on New Year's Eve in Chicago, it's customary to shoot your gun. And because I'm a pet owner, I was a pet mom. That stuff would upset my dog. I would have to medicate me and the dog. We were both in there taking melatonin, trying to, stay centered, stay calm because it was so much. But here, it's like enough, but they don't do those big M80 things. It's always the sparkly, pretty things. And so it suits me. The malls are real, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Yes, y'all know we love us some fireworks. And so come on. The all the visual beauty without all that bang, bang, bang. And then another thing, I don't know if this happens where you guys live, after all of it's said and done, people where I'm from tend to just leave the byproducts in the street. So you would wake up the next day in my neighborhood in particular. I would wake up the next day and my lawn would be covered with little skyrockets, all the little leftover from the fireworks, the matches, just everything. It's like, there's a here when I tell you, I watched a guy last night. It was the yeah, no, it was the night before. We had gone out to dinner with some of the ladies here. When I tell you he swept up the gutter from the cigarette butts, the cigarette butts. We don't even count that as trash in Chicago. Cigarette butts, that's a part of the landscape. But here they just, there's such an attention to detail and keeping things clean and orderly, and the people also follow suit. We went to another celebration for Ramadan, and we all ate dinner. We broke fast together at Independence Park, which isn't far from me. And when I tell you all, when those people got up, I'm talking about the lawn was covered with people having dinner together, breaking the fast. When I tell you, when those people got up, they had bundled up their trash so neatly. It was incredible. I've never seen anything like that. When we have a festival in Chicago, baby, we tear the park up, and it takes the city 3 days to clean it up. It's gonna take the city. They have to they pay people extra to come for the cleanup. None of that. Everybody picked up their trash. It was neatly bagged. I never saw anything like this. Cute little pink bags, blue bags, green bags, all neatly piled around the garbage can. Y'all, seriously, if I'm lying, somebody in this chat, these people have been here. Kim has been here. There are a couple of ladies in the chat who have been here. I am not kidding. I wish some of my sisters who celebrated Ramadan with me, breaking of the fast, they call it iftar. And if I'm mispronouncing anything, y'all charge it to my head and not my heart. I'm doing my best. When we start breaking up the fast, and the time is set around sundown. So you're dining in this beautiful park after dark, peaceful. I'm telling you, the peace here, the way people move together, even on New Year's Eve. I'm telling y'all, we were crammed in, fireworks, the Petronas Tower, all this stuff is going off. People are moving calmly and respectfully and cleaning up every step of the way, child. Yes, you already know. You know. Yep. My sisters know. They've been out here in the world. They telling you, I wouldn't even lead you astray. So if you want to travel to Kuala Lumpur, I would say pick a holiday. Pick a holiday. Come for Chinese New Year, which is January to February. Baby, they celebrate every day and they deck these malls out, and all of the holidays revolve around food. So you'll get to taste that culture's food and see how the families celebrate. Um, D. Oliver says, I'm from Chicago. What side of town are you from? Girl, you know I'm from the South Side. South Side. Are you kidding me? The only side, best side, my side. What side are you from, D? Because you know Chicago's broke up into. It's a little different here than Chicago. In Chicago, and you all probably have heard this, it is the most segregated city in the world. Serious business. Italian neighborhoods, that's where Italian people live. On the south side, primarily, particular pockets are where African Americans live. Now, you can live anywhere you want, but they are distinctive net. Puerto Rican, Mexican. We got everybody. Everybody is there, but everybody does not live together. It's different here. Everybody lives together. Everybody lives together. Now, I'm sure there are some pockets of, you know, how cultures tend to, especially when you immigrate to another country, you tend to stick together. I'm sure. Hey, D says Southside, Southside sister, Southside sisters. I'm sure people tend to congregate together where families are, you know, where their friends are or where others have settled before them. But the truth is everybody. Everybody kind of mixes together. And so the cultural diversity is one of my favorite things that I like about Kuala Lumpur. And y'all already know where we're going with number two. I have said it time and time again. It's why you see this little puffy pocket right here. The food scene, because with different cultures, everybody brings their food. Everybody has a dish that they are known for. So in Malay is nasi malak. That's a fried chicken. If you've never had nasi malak, it's fried chicken, rice, sambal. I love sambal. Sambal is spicy, red, peppery kind of sauce. It's got vegetables and peppers. Delicious. Nasi malak and fried chicken, rice. They have a boiled egg and usually some peanuts, and it's served like on a banana leaf. Delicious. But if you eat nasi malak every day, baby, you're gonna have a fat neck. And so I just cannot indulge. But then you've got the Indian culture here, so there's delicious Indian food. My favorite is lamb, stewed lamb with biryani rice. Oh my goodness. Come on, none of this stuff is good for you. I mean, it's delicious. The just the spices. So now you've got all of the Indian spices and the curries and oh, and I'm not even a curry girl, but there's so many Indian dishes. And then of course Chinese. So come on, what's not to love? You got all your fried rices, great seafoods. There's even a halfway decent sushi scene here, which is Japanese, but there's a halfway decent sushi scene here as well. So who said girl is not sambal. Sambal is absolutely delicious. The first time I had sambal, I was in Bali, and they serve it with a roasted. They roast a whole pig, and they get that pig skins. You know, you talking to a fat girl, right? You don't know y'all talking to a fat girl foodie, baby. Oh, but I'm fighting to be a healthy girl. When I tell you they roast that pig, and that skin is so crispy, like when you think it's thunk 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 like this. When they cut it, it crackles, and then underneath is all this juicy succulent delicious pork. So I'm sorry if y'all don't eat pork. I don't want to offend nobody. But when I tell you, baby, it's delicious. And then they serve that. Everything is kind of served with rice and then the sambal. When I tell you I had both hands on the table, the man was looking at me like, good Lord, you don't eat like a lady. Baby, a roast pig, some delicious rice. That's like at my house when I was, it's so, teacher wrong. Somebody been there. Somebody been there. It reminds me, you know, food is kind of universal, truthfully, because there's only so many animals, there's only so many grains. You know, everybody has a bread, everybody has a rice dish, everybody has a potato dish, everybody has a pork dish, you know. So for me, it was kind of like delicious pork chops, child. Delicious pork chops and rice. I know y'all mamas made pork chops and rice. Everybody grew up with that, or pork chops we would have it and corn. And so then the hot sauce, so some ball was like the Balinese hot sauce for me. I was like, and listen, they eat with their hands. Many cultures here eat with their hands. And initially, I've seen it every time. People are a little embarrassed because they figure Westerners we all eat with forks. You always everybody eats, that is our custom. People go out to a nice dinner eating with a fork and a knife. I told that man, I said, honey, in the South, where my girl was from, you mush your cornbread up in your collard greens and you eat that with your hands. Excuse me, I am no stranger to eating food with my hands. So I mushed my rice up, baby, with the best of them. They was like, "Oh, you one of us?" I sure am. And the spicy hot. While I don't like it super spicy hot, the spiciest food I ever ate in my life was in Thailand. That food is hot and spicy for no reason at all. Nobody needs that much heat. I mean, seriously. But the Balinese spice was just right for me. And even in Malaysia, it's spicy and it can get hot, but it's not nearly as hot as it was in Thailand, y'all. When I tell you, the food scene is off the chain. So now you've got those three primary cultures. You've got Malay, delicious Malay food. Um, Everything is served on a beautiful. It's just even the way they present the food, just such care. So you've got those three main cultures. And then there are a fair amount of Michelin star restaurants here, not nearly as many in Singapore. Singapore has quite a few. Thailand, even Chiang Mai, they have Michelin star restaurants. The folks over here really do food well. But there are a fair number of Michelin star restaurants here. And here's the kicker. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? It's affordable. Affordable. Hey, Diane, that's my KB, y'all. That's my kindergarten bestie right there, y'all. I'm talking about we used to eat candy out the same bag. We used to pool our money together. Girl, send me some hot sauce. Send me some. Because I tell you what, you can get everything here. I can get Frank's hot sauce, but I can't get no good Louisiana hot sauce. I can't get that. Mm. Kim knows Damascus restaurant. I wouldn't tell you a story. If you like, they are known for their shawarma. There's everything here: chicken shawarma, lamb, beef, and then they do the freshest tzatziki and garlic sauces. I don't know. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard trying to unbig this back, baby. It's been a challenge, but just update y'all. Wait a minute, I lost 5 pounds since my last doctor's appointment. I can share because we all friends here, right? I can share. Honey, when I went to do my little screening, that lady looked at me. She kind of held my hand and rubbed my hand. She said, "You know." She didn't even say it. She said, "I'm not going to even embarrass you because they put you on a scale that measures your body fat, the composition, all of it." When I tell you, and it's a little bar that goes across the screen like this. Baby, when the bar got past halfway and I said, if this bar go all the way, I know I can't be made out of pure fat. It measures like your percent fat and percent muscle. Well, my little fat bar was edging all the way over. I was like, I'm appalled. Somebody needs to recalibrate this machine. Recalibration. I want to recount. So yeah, my BMI was up and I'm just telling my business. Oh my goodness. So anyway, she was like, I said, yep, you don't even have to say it now. You don't even have to say it. I'm gonna have to lay off some of the symbol. y'all have y'all been out here eating. I had to lay off some of some of the good food. Hey, traveling the diaspora. Hey girl, you snuck in here. Hey, how you doing? Marilla says, Sandra, eat the food. I know. I ate that food with my fingers, baby. I was in there. I was like, oh, y'all don't know nothing about Black people. And then, some of the dishes are so similar. I am telling you, this is my travel. You could be 10,000 miles away from home and find something that you have in common with somebody through food. Because even at our Ramadan iftar, when we broke our fast in the park with all these Muslim families, guess what they had, y'all? In addition to the rice and the chicken, raise your hand if your grandmama made chow chow. If your grandmama or your great grandmama made chow chow, where they cut up cucumbers, onions, tomatoes, peppers, and vinegar, and then you seasoned it up. You couldn't have collard greens without that. You couldn't even, I mean, you weren't even eating your greens right if you didn't have some collard greens Or like I would do mustards and turnips, mush them in with your cornbread, and then you had to use some little chow chow on the side, a little hot sauce, and a little vinegar. When I tell you they have that here, they just called it something different. Although when I said chow chow, the girl was like, "Yes, chow chow." They call it. It's close to the word chow chow. So food has been a great kind of, you know, I don't know. It brings you together. So not only do you have this beautiful cultural diversity of skin tones and body types and all of that. Now you add in this delicious food from all these mixed cultures. Child, bye. I thought I died and gone to heaven. I was like, these are my people. And I appreciate too that you can find all sizes. Now, while in the States, you can find all the sizes. You can find all the sizes here in Malaysia. I couldn't find that in Thailand, girl. They ain't had no sizes for me. I would be squeezing this shit into them dashik and them moo because the rest of it, they're fitted clothes. Unless I found an American chain like H&M, maybe Forever 21. There are a couple U.S. chains that you can find in Thailand, but for the most part, girl, them clothes ran small. I was like, I don't know who these baby clothes for, because they are not for me. So let me make sure I didn't. Yep, I'm telling y'all, Chow Chow is here. So if you are looking for a country to visit or to possibly settle in for part of the year, and you value cultural diversity, you want a good food city where you can eat well and it doesn't break the bank, then I would challenge you to consider Kuala Lumpur. What's the dollar comparison? Okay, so let me do it real quick. I won't tell no story. I'll tell you what it is. Let me pull up my thing. So let's see. $1 is equal to 4.5 Malaysian ringgit. So a typical meal, like if I go to one of our favorite restaurants, Damascus, and I order everything on the menu, like I get the shawarma, the fries, the soup, because that's how I'm coming, and the little everything, the platter, the soup, everything. I might spend $8. I know that's insane. $8 for a spread, and they are very generous. Generous portions. I will tell you that's like the everyday because that place stays packed. It's a sit down place. You can go in, you can enjoy a real meal with salads, and hummus, and fresh vegetables and juice and desserts, everything. You will be hard pressed to spend $20 on a meal. And that's a place where like families go. That's an everyday restaurant. You will be hard pressed to spend $20. Now, on the other end, because y'all know I'm a little bougie. I'm bougie on a budget. Everybody knows that. I like nice things, but I won't spend top dollar for anything. That's just my whole shtick. Is I love nice things. I do. I want to be treated well, but I do not want to be paying, $400, $500 for a meal. That doesn't make sense to me. $100, we could get us a whole cow. we could eat for 2 months. We could eat for 3 months. I could anyway. But there's a beautiful restaurant here, and we went with Frances on her birthday. It's called Marini's on 57. Okay, it is probably one of the nicest, in my estimation, one of the nicest restaurants here. And we had either a 5 or 6 course meal. When I tell you, it was beautiful. I mean, you know how the chef bring out the little, they call it moosh boosh. They give you a little something free before the meal starts to actually start. So they brought out these 3 little bite-sized deliciousness morsels. I don't even know what it was, but it was delicious. And then they brought us out for the first course. It was some kind of egg dish served in the little eggshell honey. Delicious. I almost turned that little egg up. I was like, okay, but I'm gonna be on my best behavior. Be on my best behavior. That was good. Then they brought out the second course, which was I think a palate cleanser. I don't know. It was something else. And then they brought out a soup and then something else, and then the main course, and then you had a dessert. Oh, now that was a little pricey. That was a little pricey. Here's the pure, and then we had a couple glasses of wine. We had prosecco. Um, That was about $150. I'm not gonna even hold you. I'm not gonna even no cap. As the kids say, no cap. I'm not gonna even hold y'all. That was $150 a piece. But you are sitting so close to Petronas Tower. I started to just reach out and say, ding, ding, ding. The view, the service, the white, it is worth every penny. I've paid for, delicious, expensive, on the higher end meals and left feeling like that was not worth it. This, I left out of there on a cloud. I was totally happy. I would give them people $150 again, the way they did it. I mean, they do the whole napkin in your lap, and every time they bring out a course, the chef comes out and explains the course to you. They bring a little light and shine the light on it so you can take pictures. Who does that? I've had that high end experience here, and for $150, you still can't get that. You can spend $150 at Roof Chris. I mean, now Roof Chris is nice, but it wasn't like this, honey. They were not laying out no tablecloths in your lap and setting up your Instagram shots. It was incredible. And then I eat at a fair share of mid-range restaurants. And I'm talking about if you want a nice meal, a mid-range restaurant, maybe $30, you really can get a delicious mid-range meal. 30. If you're throwing in drinks, $40. And you've dined. You've dined. It's fine dining. It might not be Michelin star, but it's fine dining. And then everyday meals, baby, restaurants. If you're going in and spend $20, I don't know what menu you were ordering off of. So let me roll through here. Hey, big sister Dula. Hey, Katrina. Both Katrinas are here tonight. Hey, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Greta. Did I miss anybody coming in? Yeah. Okay. So, Traveling Diaspora says, this is how I felt in Mexico City. Oh, close, all juniors, 579. You already know. Girl, we're not going to get into it. But if you're a girl of a particular age or a particular size, honey, you will feel right at home right here. You'll feel right at home. You can find clothes that will fit you. You just have to find the local mall. I think you stand a better chance. And so finally, we've discovered all the local malls. And the only thing I will say is that there is a, fashion follows culture. And so because it's such a modestly dressed culture, you will see lots of caftans, a lot of loose fitting things, and in the younger kiddie stores, I call them kiddie stores, you'll find all of your belly tops. You can find all of that stuff too. But there's something for everybody here. And my thing is, y'all, that it is reasonably priced. So just to recap, my number one love, love, love is the fact that it's culturally diverse. Everybody's here, everybody's welcome. Malaysians tend to mind their own business. They don't care what religion, they don't care much about your sexual orientation as long as you aren't doing it out in public. They're very modest people. So there's not a lot of public displays of affection. I don't see that. Folks not walking out hugged up, kissed up, canoodling on the streets. You don't see that a lot. And so when in Rome, you do as the Romans do, but nobody is checking. And I haven't seen the outward hate toward any group of people. And we're going to get to that, though, because I've got some flip sides. And just like I'm telling you, the culturally diverse, that's wonderful. I've got a flip side to that. So stay tuned. And just like I'm telling you, the food is absolutely delicious. You can find anything. Honey is flip side to that, too. We're going to talk about street food in a little bit. We're going to talk about hygiene and street food. Anyway, so those two, let me tell you my third love, 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 love is all of the modern amenities and infrastructures. When I tell you, I could spin this thing around. I wonder if you'll be able to see. I don't know if it will adjust. I'm gonna spin it around just so you all can see the different styles of architecture. It's incredible. Tell me if you can see them. I don't know. Can you all see all these different? That's KL Tower right in front of me. And you can see the mountains in the back. And then you can see all of the high rises, corporate headquarters. It is It's crazy. If you like architecture, like especially, I know in Chicago, we are like the home of some of the first skyscrapers and tall buildings. Y'all, Sears Tower was a skyscraper child when folks were trying to figure out how to do skyscrapers. So Chicago is an architecture town. There's so many mirrors for me. I think maybe that's why I love this place so much because it mirrors so much of my hometown. Chicago's known for skyscrapers and beautiful architecture. I could list architects, but I won't. This place is the same way, but they've knocked it up a notch. Because not only are you gonna get beautiful, diverse architecture, child, they're gonna put on a light show at night. Every building here does a light show. I don't understand it. Yes, it's modern. When people say developing nation and third world, that thing freaks me out. I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. Malaysia, I don't know if they would be considered a developing nation, but well, yeah, well, somebody said this. Well, hold on, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Yeah, ain't no deep dish pizza. Now that's one thing I will say, they do not do pizza well. Now let's just slow this whole train down. Yes. It's culturally diverse, the food is delicious, and the modern architecture and the amenities are off the chain. Those are my three loves right off the bat. But I should have put that as one of my hates. They do not do pizza well. If I'm lying, somebody drop it in the chat. If you catching this in the future, please, if you have found a decent slice of pizza in this town, please do tell because I have not. I have been so disappointed. I just won't even order it anymore. One time I ordered a pizza, I could tell. When I tell you that thing showed up, I was like, "What is this?" It was like the most bland, doughy crust. And Chicago is not like no doughy crust. Either give it to us crack a pan, or you're gonna give us some deep dish. But we don't do in between. They serve it, but that's not how we eat it. We eat it Italian fiesta. That's some thin crust pizza, baby. It's greasy and saucy and cheesy and spicy. We like that. And we like deep dish pizza. Chicagoans love pizza, so you can't fool us with no fake. Man, that tomato sauce, it was horrid. It was absolutely horrible. I wouldn't even eat it. Now I'm gonna eat it if I pay for it. I wouldn't even eat it. I was like, Even the cheese before, it was horrific. How do you mess it up? It just didn't have any flavor. They don't know how to do a dough. They don't know how to do a crust. I don't know. How you don't know that you're supposed to put oregano on doggone pizza? I don't know. I don't know. So whoever said that, yep, you ain't never told no lie. They do not. They should just stay out the pizza game. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if it's an Italian neighborhood here. I don't know. I ain't seen one. But if I had to tell somebody three reasons why I think you should absolutely come and maybe spend some time in this part of the world, if you come with an American passport as of today, as long as the orange man don't piss people off, you can come and stay for 90 days. On entry, you get a 90-day tourist visa. 90 days would be plenty of time for you to experience the culture, the food, and then take in some of this architectural beauty. Because it's not just modern, y'all, but then you can go into some of the neighborhoods and see the old buildings that have been here. Or, you can see the old throwback arches and all the Muslim influences. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yes, Domino's is here, Pizza Hut is here. Well, that ain't pizza. We serve that at kids' parties. That's not no pizza. And you get that at work. That's when your boss don't love you. They order you some Domino's pizza. Or you buy that, at least when I was teaching in school, you got that for the kids' pizza parties. And my children in my classroom, they were so sophisticated, baby. You could not order them. They would eat Pizza Hut, but they would be like, we can't get Italian fiesta. We are pizza snobs. In Chicago, we're pizza snobs. We are hot dog snobs. Don't even try it. We are Polish sausage snobs, Italian beef. Some people call that what? French dip. Do not play. Don't play. If your pizza's not on point, your hot dog ain't on point, your Italian beef is not on point, don't give it to a Chicagoan. You might start a fight. And fried chicken. Harold's, we will fight you. We will fight you because you're wrong. We have perfected those dishes. Who is this? Who's my fellow Chicagoan? Yeah, so it's a foodie town. It's a foodie town. And so has it has really scratched an itch for me because while Chiang Mai and Thailand is, you've got beautiful temples and it's serene, that whole Buddhist home doodle thing. Girl, if I had seen another noodle, another grain of rice, I thought I was gonna lose it. I just couldn't. I love Chiang Mai and it is my place where I go to, decompress. That's where you go. You go to Chiang Mai. There's just peace there, and that they know this. There's something about a vortex or something there geographically. I don't know, but I know I feel it when I go there. And there's calm. It's very calm. And the food is tasty. It's good, but it's not so diverse. You're gonna get a lot of noodles and a lot of rice. Somebody said they even have the Detroit style pizza in Da Nang. See, Vietnam might be a little different, but I couldn't find any decent pizza here. So if y'all find some, please let me know. You've been to a school. Schools love them cheap pizzas. Girl, no, no, I don't want no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And my KB, no, we don't play around about our pizza. We don't play around in Chicago about pizza. We ain't gonna fool with you over no hot dogs. Do not do it. We don't want no Oscar Mayer weenies. We don't want none of that. Food snobs, period. Chicago, when you ask anybody, if you ask somebody in the US about food cities, they're probably going to list Atlanta, Chicago, New Orleans. They may say LA and New York. Maybe. But Chicago's definitely going to be in there. Food is what we do. And if you ever had a Chicago dog, you already know. And if you say anything about ketchup, baby, you about to get it. That's a beat down. That's a Southside beat down. We don't even put ketchup. Again, that's for kid parties. That's the birthday cake, ice cream cake, and hot dogs with ketchup. That's at a kid's party. Grown folks don't eat hot dogs like that. So those are my three loves. And again, if you are coming, somebody has a question. Let me get to these questions. Dee says, I want to connect with you to help you with organizing them travel. Oh, my travel there. You already know. All you have to do is email me at fromblacktlegacy@gmail.com. And I'm going to tell you this because y'all know I've been very vocal about this. My charge, my purpose, my passion, and my mission, God given, God sanctioned, and anointed vision and mission is to help folks get their money right. I do some travel stuff, y'all, but it's not my passion. But sister, because you're here and you asked so nicely, I'll do it. So email me at fromblacktlegacy@gmail.com and then we'll get together and then I can help you, set everything up so that you see the good stuff. So you can see, everything that it has to offer. Philly. Philly has good pizza, neighborhood pizza. I could believe that. I could believe because Philly's so close to New York and they have ethnic neighborhoods. They got that Philly steak. I will tell you that. I've had Philly steak. I had them all. I had the one with the cheese whiz. I had the one with the provolone because I did. Oh my gosh. I'm not mad at Philly and the cheesesteak. If they do a cheesesteak, it's the bread, that delicious chewy bread. I don't even know what kind of bread it is, but it's delicious. Katrina knows I'm not lying. The Chicago dog it's a work of art. Let me tell you what's on a Chicago dog, and then we're gonna get to the things I hate because there's some stuff, and I'm not even being facetious. There's some things I really don't like about KL. But a Chicago dog, honey, starts with a delicious Vienna beef hot dog, first of all, and it has to have a little snap. There's nothing mushy about this hot dog. The casing around that hot dog is specially formulated so that when they cook it, and they generally, I don't think they boil them. They may boil them and then they grill them. It's got a little snap to it, so you gotta have that. Then you gotta have a poppy seed bun. Please don't come here with no brioche. Mm-mm. No, poppy seed bun. Then you get mustard and this green relish. It's got to be green. And sometimes it'll be neon green, but it's got to be green relish. You get you some fresh white chopped onions, go on there, some mustard, sport peppers, baby. If you ain't put the sport pepper on, this hot dog is not dressed. And then they'll do tomatoes and celery salt. Oh no. Oh no. Try it. Y'all want me to give it to you again? You gotta start with a delicious Vienna beef hot dog. You gotta cook it just right so that it snaps when you bite into it. Poppy seed bun, you know, the little black seeds on top. You've got mustard, green relish. Oh, and it's a pickle spear too. Don't let me forget the pickle. All this stuff goes on this hot dog. So you got mustard, green relish. You get a dill pickle spear, a whole spear pickle. You get onions, diced up white onions, not none of that red onions foolishness. Don't come with no vidalias. No, these is good yellow onions or white onions. They chopped up and they diced up. They not sliced, they diced. And they sprinkle that dice on. Did I say the mustard? You gotta have yellow mustard, and then you get some sport peppers and some tomatoes, and they top it all off with celery salt. Check it out. If I left anything off, you tell me. Yep, that's it. That's it. They know. They know. You've been there. It's a delicious thing. I haven't heard of the dirty water dog. Girl, I'm making me hungry. Yep. Philly steaks and hoagies. Chicago tries to do a hoagie too, but I think we can acquiesce to Philly on the cheesesteak. Although home of the hoagie on 111th, they do a mean cheesesteak, but it's nothing like the Philly cheesesteak. Philly cheesesteak is savory. The home of the hoagie cheesesteak, and they should even call it that, or they call it a steak sandwich. It is super sweet. There's like this super sweet barbecue sauce and bell peppers. It's really good. You know, and it's got a chewy bun and it's all chopped up. So the same, I guess the similarity is chopped meat. But in Chicago, it's very, very sweet. It's almost syrupy sweet. Oh my gosh. And then we do a decent hoagie, but no, I have to bow down to Philly on that one. Philly takes that. Oh no, we don't play about Chicago food, girl. Pizza, we will beat you up. Please don't bring us a bad pizza. Chicagoans don't eat it. And so I think it makes us wonderful travel, food travelers. Because we're gonna tell it to you, we're gonna tell you right. If it's not right. And another thing about Chicago that kind of mirrors what I see here is because everybody's there. If you want real Armenian food, you go to an Armenian neighborhood. You're gonna get it. Is nobody gonna be back there cooking? Black folks are not going all the way to the Armenian neighborhood to mimic their food. No. When you want soul food, you find you a good sister in there with her arm, the one that wiggle like this one right here that had this wiggle. She gonna make you some good macaroni and cheese. She gonna make you some good cornbread. She's gonna make you some delicious mac and cheese. That's where you go. Do not go messing around in somebody else's neighborhood talking about eating soul food. You will be disappointed. We have an Italian neighborhood where you got an Italian grandmama back there rolling them gnocchis early in the morning, and you know where to go get it. Same thing in our Mexican neighborhoods. We love our folks. We're gonna get you a real. I swear to you, I found a little Mexican place where me and my daughter get tacos in the back of a grocery store. It was a little abuela back there over a bucket cutting onions, girl, making salsa. I said, "This if I can't have my tacos this way, if I can't have it in Mexico City, and I'm pretty sure she came from Puebla or Mexico City, but the way that abuela was back there whipping up that guac and whipping up that salsa, I know she's straight leg. I want to say, girl, don't tell nobody abuela back there because I'm pretty sure her paperwork ain't straight. The way she was hooking it up, delicious, delicious. So that from home is, it's the same here. You're getting real authentic food by the people from, them abuelas is back there in the kitchen doing it. So that's what I love. If y'all need some help traveling, call me. It's not my favorite thing to do, y'all, but I'll do. Okay. Well, let's get into the three things I hate. Guess what, y'all? And this is a new one. I just discovered this and I'm watching it now. So we talked about the loves, that cultural diversity. We talked about the delicious food scene. We talked about the beautiful architecture here, the modern amenities. Y'all get it. Everything is here. You got all modes of transportation. You got an international airport. It's walkable. There's still some, it's not perfect. There's some places that get a little dicey, but all of it's here. High speed internet. Kuala Lumpur is a world class city. So when somebody tells you that developing nation, third world country, child, chuckle. Just chuckle and keep it to yourself. But there are some challenges here. And one of them I just noticed, and it seems to be creeping in, Y'all know, like in Chiang Mai, I told you there's a burn season. There's a haze season. The air quality here, I gotta show it to you because I'm watching it. I watch the air quality. And why is air quality important? Well, if you are someone who has asthma or your respiratory system is compromised in any way, you want to be cognizant of the air quality because, of course, you're breathing it every day. That's a part of your quality of life. And so, air quality for me is an issue. I'm going to take this question. I see somebody saying, "Can you teach English in KL?" Yes, you can. Absolutely. There are international schools here. You can always teach online. You can teach online anywhere. So those are always options. But yes, there are international schools here that hire Americans to teach if you want to do that. What about black hair care? Child, you see these edges laid back. What you think I did this with? This is 4C hair, honey. This 4C. She be standing like this in the morning. She don't play. Yes, I just went and picked up. I re-upped. Um, from my Nigerian sister who doing her business. She imports. I don't know where she get it from. I ain't asked no questions. I don't know if it fell off a truck, it fell out of a plane. I don't know. But she had all the good goods. She had Shea Moisture products, Cantu. I use Eco Styler gel. She had the olive oil line, the hair mayonnaise, everything, black castor oil. She had all the hair. I don't be too much fool. I got one or two ponies I shake out. Other than that, yes, yes. Now the only thing about it, I will say this, is that she is making her money. She's not fooling around. So you're not getting no cut rate prices on that. I'm sure they have to pay to import it or whatever. But I also understand that you can order from Shopee here, SHOPE, and Lazada, LAZADA, and they will deliver products. I've gone onto their sites, and I know for a fact Lazada carries Shea Moisture products. I think you can get Mael. I'm not sure. Now, as far as going into the store to get the black hair care products, no, that's not gonna happen. But there are other places where you can get them. And then she braids hair, so you can get your coif up in here. Katrina said the air quality is killing me here in Vietnam. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 Southeast Asia. I'm going to share something with you all in just a second. I'll show you the map of Southeast Asia, and you'll see that air quality is a concern throughout Southeast Asia. So you want to try to find the place that has, the least problematic air. Are there beaches close by? A guy was telling me, a taxi driver was telling me that the closest beach is 45 minutes away, but it's not beautiful. Well, baby, who wants to go to a not beautiful beach? I don't understand that. That defeats the purpose. He said the closest beautiful beach was about 3 hours away. So, that's a day trip, I would imagine. Um, Winston wants to know, how long will you be in KL? Girl, I'm trying to find out a way to stay here for, as long as my little old heart desires. But for now, I'm taking it one day at a time. So I'm here till June, and then I will be leaving for an extended stay. I'll be gone for about a month or so. I've got to head back to the US. I got to head back home, do a few things, and then we'll see in terms of my visa situation. As long as I can re up my visa and come back, then I'll re up for another 90 days. So, yes, I'm hoping that, through my travels, I can structure it so that I can stay for, it won't be a continuous year because, you can't do that. But perhaps I can, do something myself. I still need to see China. I still want to get back to the Philippines. I would do Japan any day. Anybody want to do Japan? Just raise your hand. Count me in. I would do Japan. And so I've got some other things to do and see. So I'll break it up and then I'll come back. And so we'll see what happens. Somebody said you need an air purifier. Girl, I wear my N95 all the time. And not only because of the air quality, this is not a hate, but this is an observation. Y'all, here we in now. This is a cultural thing. People will cough and not necessarily cover their mouth. There, I said it. Everybody knows it's true. I've said it before. It is the most unnerving thing to be out and people just coughing and hacking. But I asked about that, and someone told me that it has something to do, and this could be an Asian thing, a Chinese thing. I don't know because I didn't probe because I didn't need to hear anymore. But it has something to do with if there's something inflamed or something inside and you cough up, they want to get it out. Now, I don't know if this is a spiritual thing or it's just a cultural thing, but they cough and hack. And when I say they, I don't know. I have to be careful because I'm a visitor and we always want to be respectful. You know what I'm saying? I just know that it happens a lot. And so whenever I get in taxis now, I mask up. I was sick I've been sick twice. I'm talking really sick twice. I think now my body is building up an immunity and growing accustomed to Florida fauna and all the germs. But that's the thing. That's the thing. If you change countries, it's something different happening country to country, region to region, and your body will have to acclimate to that. I know in Mexico, this is way TMI. But I stayed in the bathroom in Mexico. My tummy stayed in a state of itchiness. And so, yeah, I haven't had that here in Southeast Asia. I really haven't. But between the air quality and people coughing and sneezing and not covering their mouths, and I'm gonna just say this too. I think sometimes they could be a little light on the hand washing in the bathroom. I've seen this with my own two eyes. This is not something somebody said to me. I just think that they no better, no worse. These are just my observations. Y'all ask. I'm telling. I just want you to be prepared in case you come. I don't want you to be shocked like nobody told me this beautiful place. Yes, that's a thing. It's a thing. I'm telling you, it's a thing. I'm what they know. I would not lie. I would not lie. Yes. Oh, yeah. We talked about the earthquake. We started there. Yes, the earthquake, and I'll just kind of backtrack for you. The earthquake hit in Myanmar, which is north of Thailand. So, just to give you some geographical context, Malaysia is the furthest south. At the north, it shares a border with Thailand, and just above Thailand and off to the west is Myanmar. So the earthquake was a 7.7. It struck in Myanmar, so they felt it in Thailand. They felt it in Chiang Mai. They felt it all the way in Bangkok, which is about as almost as far south as you can go. It's pretty far south in Thailand. So that would have been the northernmost part of Malaysia. And I am really pretty far down the coast, pretty far down south in Malaysia. So we didn't feel it. I found out about it just like everybody else, on the news. Yeah, so it was something. Let me scroll back to the comments. I want to make sure. Cute, cute, cute. Are there? We talked about the beaches, talked about how long I would be here. We need an air purifier. Yes, they wear masks for good reason. Why is the air quality so poor? So let me talk to you. This is my understanding for both Thailand, and let me just go ahead and share this with you guys now so you can see. Wait a minute, let me go back. I'm gonna go here. Can I share this one? I thought I knew how to do this. Okay, I'm gonna share. No, no, every time this thing just it floors me. Oh, let's do it like this. There it is. And I think I can even move myself out of the way so you can see the whole thing like this. Okay. So you can see, and you can't see let me move it over so you can see the scale. I'll move it up. I want you to be able to see the scale on this. But the colors mean something. The green is where the air quality is good. And here I am right here. This way. So you can see Kuala Lumpur is right here. And you see that yellow. So the darker it gets, the worse the air quality. So green is good air, yellow is moderate, and orange means it's getting a little worse if it gets above 100. And then that red, you can see this where it's 192 or whatever. Can you guys see that? I hope you can see that. Let me get over here. I hope you guys can see that. So yes, where I am in Kuala Lumpur, which is right at that little cluster, I'll get back over there. Right here in this little cluster, let me make it big, 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 so you can see. There's Kuala Lumpur. I'll move it over. So you can see we get it's pretty. I had to pull it out to see it. Anyway, so yeah, and I'm gonna pull this in so you guys can see. So here's Malaysia. I hope this is translating. And then you can see that if you go up, here is, look at this, you all. Look at all that red. That is India, Southeast Asia. This thing is not the easiest. I'll use this way. Let me do it this way. Okay, that's better. So you can see, yeah, this is not the best visual. Okay, there we go. There's Laos, there's Thailand, there's Myanmar, there's Vietnam here. And so look at that. And part of it, somebody asked why. I'm going to switch to another visual. I hope you can see this one too. Let me switch to another one. I think I got one that shows it a little better. Um, Hold tight. Yeah, this one. This is just a number scale that shows you. I'm just going to update it because 78 is pretty moderate. And so, yeah, we're still at moderate. They use a scale. You can see good is when it's green. Then, oh, there it is. It popped up. So 0 to 50 is good. 50 to 100 is moderate. That orange is when it's unhealthy for sensitive groups. And when it turns red, it's unhealthy. So I try to monitor this air quality. So somebody said, well, why is the air quality bad? Because they still do a lot of slash and burn agriculture here. For sure, when I was in northern Thailand in Chiang Mai, countries to the north burn. There's a burn season. It happens around, may start March, April, May. Yeah, may start even as early as February, March, April, May. And so that smoke travels through the air and it affects the air quality. Well, I just learned that the same thing happens for Malaysia, that while they may not be burning, because Kuala Lumpur is a metropolitan city, we aren't doing much agriculture, but the surrounding areas outside of Malaysia engage in this kind of agriculture where they burn the field. And there's a whole season where they're prepping the field for the next growth season or the next, round of growing. And they actually, burn everything to the ground. Now, why they still do that, I don't know, because it definitely affects the air quality. And that I like the other picture because that color, I'm gonna go back to this other one, you guys, because this really does. I'm gonna see if I can pull out. I'm gonna stop sharing this one because you need to know that it's one thing to travel to a place and stay for a little bit of time. You want to time it. So for Malaysia, we're coming up on this hay season. Let me give you all the exact same, the time for hay season. Hay season happens between June through October, with August and September being the worst month. So if you're traveling, you want to maybe schedule your travel so that you aren't here during the worst time of year. And so this is March, April, May, June. I can just start to see the haze. The sky is a little hazy. So there's some air quality issue basically year round, but it really amps up when they start to do that burning. So please be aware, you don't want to be here, where and trying to see from Petronas Tower and it's all the beautiful skyscrapers and rooftop cocktails and all that stuff, and you can't see anything. So, yep, keep that in mind. Keep it in mind. See, my friends know y'all see what's happening in the chat. We talked about the earthquake. Let me see. I just want to scroll through so I had to cut my eye at a man. This is real. That thing is real. Somebody said, do they sell Brita pitchers for water or filters you can attach to the faucet? Yes, they do. I looked at an apartment and it came with a built-in water filter, but more often than not, like the people in my building just have their bottled water delivered. You just get one of those little tabletop. Let's see something like this. You get one of those little tabletop thing dispensers where they do the hot and cold water. or you can get one of the tall ones like you see in the office building, and they'll just deliver your water. Or if you like me, and I don't want to see all that visual clutter on my countertop because I am a minimalist and I don't want to have to get rid of it when I come, when I get ready to leave, I just bring in my own water. Yes, it's good exercise. I bring those big old 10-liter bottles of water in, child, two at a time. Yep. And they last me quite a bit of time. But you're using the water for everything, for drinking, for cooking, all of that stuff. So yes, that's something to consider too. So it's not just the haze, the air quality, but you got to talk about water quality as well. Okay, I have light and sparkly stuff. I'm just rolling through. Yes, Kim, safe from all that. Hey, Queen of DC, she just left here. Hey, they do not wash their hands in the bathroom. I'm so glad y'all could say it because I have to be careful. I am still here, and I would never be a ungracious guest in somebody's home. And so I try to be diplomatic because there's some other things I want to talk about too. Yeah, that are a little questionable, and they, give me pause. Somebody said drink a lot of tea. Yes. Well, since the doctor gave me my report back and told me to lay off all the high cholesterol cream, because y'all know I was baby. There's a coffee place here called, I think it's Blue Job. I don't know. Anyway, it's a place. It's supposed to be it's like a Moroccan themed, Marrakesh themed coffee where they serve you coffee in a little gold pot with the swoopy, and they do the pour, and the man stands there with the glove. Girl, they serve you some chantilly cream with this coffee. I was like, you got to get up out of here, ma'am. I will go there and you could sit all day. It's kind of like a mix between high tea because they've got delicious pastries. But baby, that cream, that rich, rich cream, I would be like, sir, just bring me one more bowl of that cream, please. One more bowl. So I had to give it all up. I gave it up. I'm drinking tea. That's what I'm drinking right now. Green tea. Green tea is my friend. I'm doing it every day with ginger, turmeric, lemon, and green tea. So that's my new drink of choice. I don't fool with it. Yep, 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 yep. So yeah, you do make, you make all of these concessions. Ladies looking cute with stinky hands. I can't tell you how many times I've seen it. It's the truth. Okay, so we got the haze. I am not, I don't want to shoot you all no sunshine. Yes, it's beautiful. The food is great. It's culturally diverse. But the air quality and the water, are going to be things. If you have any health concerns, you definitely want to be aware. Okay. And so here's the second thing I just hate. And hate is such a strong word, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Food is good, but you still have to be careful. If you like street food, and like I don't do street food anymore. I do not do street food. It's just I've given up on it, and I'm gonna tell you why. I've given up on it, one, because the hygiene surrounding street food can be suspect. And since you don't know who's who and what's what, every now and then I will partake in some street food. But it's not where I go source my meals because I have seen some things. I know I shared this the last time. I promise you we had gone. It was me and my sister, travel sister Monica. We're over there on Jalan Allure, and we went to have the nasi malak, which is the fried chicken, the rice, the sambal, the egg, and the peanuts, and all on the banana leaf. And when I tell you, there was a booth next to us that was serving ice cream, and I can't say that those people had on any gloves. Well, one of the boys who was helping serve the ice cream, first of all, a cat walked through the market, a whole cat, a whole kitten walked straight through where everybody is eating and nobody says anything. So who am I? So I've got my eye on this cat because I'm not a cat person per se. So I'm watching this cat just kind of stroll through the market with the tail up. So, I'm thinking flying half, please. I'm thinking the worst. Why does the ice cream man scoop the cat up with his bare hands? He's got the cat all on his shoulders. He's just walking through where we're eating. The cat, you know, he hands the cat off to somebody else. I'm not lying. I wish Monica was in this chat. If Monica, if you get in here, if you see this in the future, I need you to tell Amen this story. So this boy who just got through making somebody's ice cream has the cat on his shoulder. Him and the cat, they making out. I'm like, this is a lot. This is a lot. He walks over to the, because there's only two of them running this little ice cream stall. He walks over to the other chick who's making ice cream. He hands her the cat and he goes to make somebody else's ice cream. Ain't nobody washed a hand. Ain't nobody put on a glove. Ain't nobody said nothing but me. I'm kicking Monica under the table. We like, girl, it's time to go. It's time to go. So that's, but when you're around, you do your own stuff. I personally, it could be that I just have an aversion for cats. I'm not a cat person. Had it been a dog, it probably still would have rubbed me the wrong way, but I probably not have been so, I don't know. It was just a whole, so I am saying to you, is street food safe? Apparently so, because they serve millions of people year after year after year, and they still up in business. And so not everybody gets sick. And so people love it. Watch a YouTube video. You're gonna see people yumming it up. I personally, is not my thing. I have to be a bit more selective and a bit more careful. And it used to be a rule for me that if I saw it coming out of the grease or if I saw it coming out of a bubbling cauldron, I would participate. um, Now, you all, I just watched a recent video that talked about how hawkers, they're called hawkers. Hawkers are people who run those stalls. Hawkers reuse the oil that they're frying food, that they're deep frying food in. If you use that oil more than 2 times, if you reuse that oil in that fryer, as definitely more than 5 times, you start to create this carcinogenic thing. I'm no doctor. Let's slow this train down. I don't give no medical advice. I'm just telling you what I saw on a television show that says the more you use that oil, the more you cook it, don't change it, that the sediment in there, it carbonizes. Of course, stuff falling off in the bottom of the fryer. And after it's cooked and heated up so high, not only does that, the smoke point of that oil becomes lower and lower and lower. And where if you see them smokers and all that smoke is coming off of those fryers, and that oil is jet black, that's not the healthy. I can say this, that's not the healthiest preparation of that meal. And so for that reason alone, I was like, okay, check fried food. It's off the list. It's off the list in my house anyway, because I don't fry anything. I have an air fryer and I saute everything in, a very low, might put a little olive oil, maybe a little avocado oil. I'm good. But that deep frying, if they are using and reusing that grease over and over and over again, no bueno, no bueno. Mm. Or shall I share my grievance vocally? I'm trying to tell y'all, these are things, yes, it's carcinogenic. I hope y'all don't have to take my word for it. I'm just going to tell you, look it up. Look it up for yourself and be careful out here. And I guess once or twice if you're eating street food, from time to time, it's not gonna. And if you know the vendor and you understand how they are preparing that food, but just to be running up to Kuala Lumpur every night, grab me some fried chicken, nah, no ma'am. It's gonna be me and this salmon and this tuna. I have officially crossed over to where I have to watch my diet. Yes, so if it didn't come out that air fryer, I'm probably not going to be indulging in it on the regular. So while the food is delicious here, you do have to be careful and selective about street food and some questionable hygiene practices. Yeah. So we talked about the haze, we talked about the street food, and this one, y'all, I have to read this because I want to make sure that I say this in a way that is sensitive. There's another thing that I absolutely, it's an observation, and I think I've shared it before, but every time I try to share this in a very tactful way. Something else that I really don't like about KL, and I'll start right here. This is not just in KL. I've seen this throughout the world. This is a little heavy, but I feel it's still important to talk about. One of the things I noticed while living in KL is that there's a subtle social hierarchy based on race, skin tone, and class. It's something that exists in many parts of the world, and KL, is no exception. But sometimes you notice the differences in how people are treated based on these factors, whether it's in customer service, job opportunities, or even social interaction. Now, I say this with love because I adore so many things about this city. But let me sip this tea. It's also important for me to be honest with you too. I don't ever want somebody to come to a place where I've said, "Oh, it's so fabulous," and then you get there and you be like, "Wah, wah, what was she?" I need to give you the fullness to the best of my ability. And yeah, and I think what probably rubs me the wrong way about it so much is that nobody talks about it. At least if they do, I don't hear it. I'm not privy to that. People talk about it in a whisper. And while I gravitate toward brown people, brown people, we just kind of get, how that is. You see each other, you acknowledge each other. And I've had an opportunity to talk to people who are either Indian or from Bangladesh, and they will say it in the nicest, kindest way that there's favoritism. And for me, if favoritism is based on race, that's racism. If favoritism is based on your social class, to me, that's classism. You know what I'm saying? And if favoritism is based on the color of your skin and how much melanin you have in your skin, with having more melanin being less desirable, that's colorism. And so the fact that people are so polite about it, even when they talk about it, ew, it just smacks of, I don't know. I don't know. It's not, it's one of those things that, yeah, it is. Now, Malaysia has a long history of different ethnic groups living together, and while there's a lot of unity, there's still some moments where bias and privilege show up in everyday life. And so I would be remiss. I just wouldn't even feel good having this conversation and telling you all these glowing things without telling you about the air quality, the water. Sometimes there's some things with sanitation and hygiene, and that you should just be aware of before you come, and so that you won't be shocked by them. And then if you ever witness what I just said, it's true. It's happening. It's not in your head. It's not. So yeah. Somebody said, wait a minute, let me see. Look for long lines and older. Oh yeah, 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 yep, yep. You already know. You all know how to stay safe out here in these streets. You already know. Yes, we must pay attention to what we're putting in our bodies. I'm not 22 anymore. I can't bounce back like I used to bounce back. I was talking to somebody about that the other day. You drink some water. You could stay out all night long, party all night long. Girl, I can remember partying all night long. Get up, drink some water, throw some water on your face, and start all over again. Girl, if I do that, if I'm out past 12 o'clock, let me tell you something. It's going to be some consequences and some repercussions. It's going to be some slow singing and some flower bringing the next day. I'm going to need water. I'm going to need to close these curtains. I'm going to need to gather myself. So I definitely have to be careful with where I'm eating and I'm paying attention to hygiene. Yes, 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 yes. All the travel sisters in the chat, they know. They're telling you. They are telling you correct. Yes, 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 yes. Uh, Katrina, I did not want to tell you before you went to Vietnam, but baby, mm, I've got my apple cider vinegar. That's the first thing I did. I found me some brag, big old bottle in the cabinet. The thing is, though, I used to put it in my I used to drink a shot of it in the morning. Now it seems to upset my stomach, and I've got to find a good time of day to take my shot. Yeah, Marilyn knows me. It is best to be truthful because I don't want anybody to get here and be like, no, you said it was this and it was that. You ain't tell us about the this. So now y'all have it. That's the good, the bad, and the ugly. So the three things I absolutely love: cultural diversity. I love seeing women all shapes, sizes, and colors, and hair textures, and five, six different languages spoken. I'm like, who is that? What And people are friendly. I will say that Malays are friendly. They're helpful. They're peaceable people. Even with the favoritism, the colorism, all of that stuff, there's still a gentleness about them. They aren't combative people, and I really do appreciate that. Well, yes, consequences and repercussions. Oh, somebody said, be careful with apple cider vinegar and turmeric. You're gonna have to tell us more. I'll have to look it up. It says, do you follow with a shot of 16 to 20 ounces of water? I dilute mine in water. I'm not strong enough to take a shot. I usually do a couple capfuls in a glass of water. Child, I have to do all kind of things. I have to put a little ice in there. It has to be a little chill, maybe a little cinnamon, a little lemon. I gotta make a whole concoction to take my apple cider vinegar. I don't know, y'all brave. If you can do a shot to the head and then follow with a chaser of water, you better than me. I can't do it. I have to make a concoction to get it down. I do have the activated charcoal too, but by the time you take an activated charcoal, you done did something wrong. For me, I try not to even go there, and I have been very fortunate. I've been sick from people coughing and that hacking thing, but I haven't had any um, gastrointestinal anything. I haven't had any of that, any of that. So that's a plus for me. I'm going to start back sipping my brag at nighttime and before bedtime. I might need to do that. Yeah. Marilyn says, be careful with apple cider vinegar and turmeric. And so read about it. You all know ChatGPT it, Claude it, Google it, WebMD it, call your doctor. We do not give, medical advice. I don't give no kind of advice. I don't give life advice. I don't give medical advice. I don't give financial advice. I just share. I just share what I know. Kennedy says they redline too. Truth is truth. That's true. Oh, Queen and I need to do a whole video, honey, about how hard it was trying to find an apartment. Oh my gosh, I told y'all about that. I told you. I told you about the Chinese man, and again, he wasn't a Malay guy. He's from mainland China. They are heavy investors in the real estate market here. Gave me the blues. That man told me he had to see my face. He had to see me in person to see who I was. They outright ask you your race. So that's the thing. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Yeah. So that's the thing. And so now you guys know. Would I say all of that, knowing all of that, do I still think Malaysia's a world class city? I do. I think Chicago's a world class city, and nobody would argue with you or debate with you. It's the most segregated city in the whole wide world. But, that's a work in progress. It doesn't negate that there's beautiful architects, wonderful people. Those systems have to change, and systems like that change slowly. So, yeah. Okay. Y'all better listen to the ladies who know. They're telling you. Okay. Yes, make sure to get organic turmeric powder in the States. Some countries cut it and others with other stuff and have bad sources. Okay. It's a root. It takes up whatever soil it is in, arsenic and oil. Say less, because I don't have to have it like that. I will find an organic powder too, because I just started and I'm buying the fresh organic root, the turmeric itself, the raw turmeric. And so I will be careful. I'll do some research with that, but more often than not, I put it in my tea in the morning. And so I'll be careful of how those things are mixing. So that's it, y'all. Y'all got it. Y'all got the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. And I'm telling you, if you have not liked and subscribed to the channel, what you doing? Hit them buttons down there. This is the least you could do. We done spent good time together. The only thing we didn't do was have a cocktail. We just spent a good time together. I had my tea. Hopefully y'all found something of value in this conversation. I just want to shout out all my content creator sisters that are in the chat. Big up yourself. That's my sister Winsome. She's big up yourself across all social media platforms. Please check her out. Y'all know, of course, the fabulous Queen of DC is in the house, and she's Queen of DC on YouTube, Instagram, across all social media platforms. Check her out. And baby, none of this happens without our moderator extraordinaire, Meryl Love. Meryl Love keeps us together. She keeps us all in order. Now, we've been trying to coach Marilyn to get a YouTube channel, but Marilyn said, baby, she retired and she ain't for none of this nonsense. But Marilyn keeps us together. Thank you, my sister. I love you for what you do and what you bring to our community. Know Before You Go doesn't have a YouTube channel yet, but she should. So I'm just scrolling back to make sure I got everybody. And I don't know, Katrina didn't give me permission to say this, but y'all, she's a photographer. We of epic proportions. The girl's images are just off the chain. I'm telling you. So I'm signed up for one of her classes, her first classes. And when she gets it all kicked off, we'll come back and we'll talk about it. I want to see if I can encourage Katrina to come on and sit with me and chat about it and maybe share some of the beautiful images. This girl, she shoots with a drone, all of it. Just some of the little tips that she has shown me just in passing have helped me kind of up my photo game. So y'all stay tuned for Katrina's photography class. I'm telling y'all, the girls are true. The truth, the truth, the truth. So we talked about Queen of DC. I know I saw Big Sis Dula, which is D. She's H&D abroad. Please go like her channel. Go subscribe. H, the letter H, and D. That's her and her husband. H is her husband, Herman. And then she's the D in H&D abroad. And you all need to go over there. They talk travel, if you're moving abroad as a couple, maybe you get a family, what you do for healthcare. If you have parents that are aging that you are responsible for, great content. If you are a content creator and you're in this chat and I did not shout you out, please, by all means, raise your hand. So I make sure that I get to you. Please raise your hand because this is how we grow. We love each other over here. We support one another. I don't gatekeep. My platform is open. Femme Noir, Nomad. I know this is my friend Kim. Kim's a content creator. I'm pretty sure she's on Instagram as Femme Noir Nomad and maybe on TikTok as well. Check her out. Go like this stuff. Go subscribe. Do all that stuff. And if you have a channel and I missed you, you know I'm coming back down at the bottom of the screen. But I'm scrolling through and I don't think I missed anybody. Marilyn, did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody. Okay. I'm gonna scroll down here at the bottom and this is the last. This is the last thing I'm gonna do, and then we're out of here. Okay. I've been out here. I love you too, sister. You have no idea. Ooh. Okay, wait a minute. Our sister just created her first digital product to help aspiring freelancers. Girl, drop the link. Drop the link. Next time when we do it, you got to make sure Marilyn gets the link so we can put your link. If you send it to me, I'll drop it in the description of the video because we want to support. I want to see everybody win. All of us. It's enough cheese, cheddar, dough. It's enough dollars. It's enough customers. It's enough of everything. Y'all know I believe in abundance and gratitude. It's enough of all of it out here for all of us. We never, ever, ever have to worry about one getting more than the other. All right, y'all. It's time for me to get up out of here. I'm getting ready to go out here. Today is the last day of Ramadan, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all know I'm learning. And we're going into Raya. I'm about to go out here and see what the local folks are doing because I know they're celebrating somewhere. So I'm about to go out here and see what's happening in the world. All right. If you need anything, y'all know where to find me. You can reach me by Gmail at fromlack2legacy@gmail.com. I'm from Black to Legacy across all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. If you're looking for travel support, y'all know that's not really my ministry. But because I love you and I want my sisters to thrive, I want my sisters to get out and see the world, hit me up if that's what you're looking for. Marilyn just shared another link. Yep. All right. Talk to y'all soon. Thanks, Meryl Love. Love y'all. Bye, everybody. See y'all in 2 weeks.